Descent: The True Story of Anakin Skywalker by Conway Fitzgerald. Part 3.
They wanted an endless war. I only wanted peace. Peace and sanctity with my beloved Padmé. In those many years before we were finally together, I led the clone army against the cyborg menace. I resisted the relentless push of the Sith to supplant the Republic and the inevitable creation of the Galactic Empire. It is my destiny to bring balance to the Force. It was clear to me then that the only way I could truly accomplish this was to understand fully both sides of the Force. In addition to mastering the ways of the Jedi, I was compelled to also master the dark side of the Force. I began my learning in earnest. It began naturally. I welcomed the dark side, the cutting edge, the purging of the old in favor of the new. I learned so much of the dark side of the Force innately, as I always had since I was a child on Tatooine. I grew ever curious to observe fully this power that counterbalanced everything I had learned from the Jedi. It became clear to me then, the Jedi and their ways were merely an aspect of the Force. They were an extremist element. They and their religion were part and parcel of all the chaos that had unfolded.
Anakin. Anakin! What's wrong?
I had a terrible dream. I dreamt I lost you.
It was just a dream, my love. I am here.
I feel like I have seen something. Something I must act upon. Or else, you and I will be in great danger.
It's yours. Who is it?
It's the Chancellor.
Anakin, you have no business with him anymore. Tell him to find a new guardian and diplomat. We are done with Coruscant. We need to make sure they all understand.
But he is my master to the dark side of the Force. I must answer him.
Ugh, I hate it when you talk to me like that. Stop speaking of him this way. It's all just arcane religious teachings and ancient nonsense. He is a foolish old man losing touch of his senses, not a Jedi. You are not his apprentice.
Of course not. Apprentice. I could only be yours, teaching me every day how to love you even more.
I obliged my love's wishes and refused Palpatine's summons. I did not return to him. I did not return to Coruscant. But he returned to Naboo. He came to me. In the peace and quiet of Naboo, I had unlocked much knowledge. In my own research, in my self-learning of the dark side of the Force, I learned ever more of the great power that resided within its mastery. I learned how closely it is tied to each of us, to our own will to survive. The stronger the will, the stronger the Force shall be. I gained greater understanding of why the Jedi feared the dark side, and why they feared me. But this recurring nightmare of losing my beloved returned as well. I needed to know more about future sight, something inherent to the dark side. I used this opportunity to ask it of Palpatine.
Anakin, it is good to see you again.
And you as well, Chancellor. What brings you to Naboo?
My security.
Whatever could you mean, Chancellor? The best security in the galaxy is always at your disposal.
Not quite. It is the Jedi I fear.
Why fear them? What has happened?
Where do I begin? First, they required that one of their scribes always be present to create a record of every word uttered from my mouth. Then they brought in a truth-sayer from Naboo, claiming my assumed power required an ongoing and established record of the truth, and the maintenance of their definition of justice.
Who is it? Which of the Jedi have interfered in this way?
Windu, Yoda, Kenobi. The usual suspects.
I am now a gray Jedi. I am no longer part of their order. My place is here. My new learning of the Force means I no longer have a place among them.
That's precisely why I sought you out, young Anakin. Your power is needed, now more than ever. These extremes, they threaten the fabric of our civilization. I was hoping you might convince them to stop their crusade against me.
Crusade? Whatever could you mean, Chancellor?
They mean to destroy me, Anakin. They intend to unseat me from the Chancellorship. They mean to install their own secret army and government.
That's impossible. The Jedi would never interfere in this way.
Do you remember when you first told me of your nightmare? Of the tragic death of your beloved Padmé?
Yes. In fact, it has returned. I was meaning to ask you about it. You didn't share that with them.
Oh, of course not. But they have learned that I have shared stories with you of the ancient teachings of the Sith.
Is it only a power the Sith can master? I am growing concerned that something might happen to Padmé. Something terrible. Is this life-saving power something I can learn?
Yes, of course, young Anakin. Nothing. There is no power beyond your grasp. You are learning much of the converging powers of the dark and light side of the Force. You are learning how that knowledge could change death itself, and how to save anyone you truly love from its clutches.
I am learning of the convergence. but future sight still eludes me. If I could see where this danger is coming from, perhaps I could stop it before it harms her.
Well, that part is perfectly clear. Search your feelings. You know it to be so. It is the same danger that now threatens me. It threatens all of us, Anakin. It is the Jedi and their pursuit of total power. That is why they fear you, of your knowing the true ways of the Convergence. Now they are determined to destroy me for sharing this knowledge with you, Anakin. They have acted on their fears. They contend that I am the antithesis of their religion. They intend to destroy me. They intend to do so very soon, before I can bring an end to this intergalactic civil war they have created.
Well, clearly that must be a mistake. This senseless war must be ended. They cannot be allowed to prolong it. Order must be restored to the galaxy.
Yes, Anakin, of course. Would you please speak to them?
Skywalker, you have returned. Even though you have been excommunicated from the Jedi Order, you now enter our sacred chamber. We've heard of your great pursuits since leaving us, of your dabbling in the ways of the dark side. So what brings you back to our temple? Have you had a revelation?
Indeed, I have. And it is not good.
Filled with anger your mind is. Questing of future knowledge he is. It is the way of the dark side.
The Chancellor has shared his fears with me, that there is a growing movement among the Jedi to unseat him, to assume control of the Republic. Why would you do this?
Clearly, rumors and gossip have been all you have learned from the Chancellor's teachings. We have done nothing of the sort. Please, Anakin, how could you suggest...
You asked me to spy on him. He never asked anything of me, other than protection from you.
Be careful you must, young Skywalker. With smiles and lies, the doorway unlocked is to the dark side of the Force. Just like Dooku, even a noble Jedi can be tricked to pass through it. Once through that doorway you are, a return is impossible.
You all know nothing of what you speak.
Well then, it would appear there is nothing left to be said between us, Skywalker. You may leave us now.
Where is Master Kenobi? Why isn't he here?
Master Kenobi is doing Jedi business, which is no longer any of your concern.
Stay away from Palpatine. All of you. I won't ask you again.
I could see the truth exposed through all of their frightened eyes. My veiled warning forced it out of them. They were hiding much from me, but to no avail. They had already dispatched Kenobi to betray me. I did not know where he was or how, but I knew that he was betraying me. They all were.
Anakin, you have returned. Have you managed to talk some sense into your friends?
They are not my friends. That much is certain. I believe you are right. They are plotting against you. Against the Republic.
Yes, your powers are growing strong. As you assert yourself and welcome the dark side of the Force, now you are seeing the truth revealed. Tell me, what do you see now?
When my master spoke those words, I had my first glimpse of future sight. I could see Mace Windu and several other Jedi approaching the Chancellor's chambers. Despite their masterful Jedi skills, which would make their approach invisible to me before, now I could see them coming. I could see them coming to destroy him and to destroy me. I couldn't let that happen. I would not let that happen.
Show me more. Show me how they will hurt my Padmé.
Where is your former Jedi Master? Your friend? The one called Kenobi? He is the one. It is he that will betray you. I have foreseen it.
He was not with them at the council chambers. I asked them where he was, and they told me it was none of my business.
Of course it isn't. Their business is overthrowing the Republic and overthrowing the balance of the Force to bring more chaos to the galaxy.
Are you saying that Obi-Wan was sent to kill her? To betray us? He couldn't.
Trust in the future sight. It is what will be. It is power they cannot understand, just as is the dark side of the Force. Master Windu, so kind of you to join us. We were just discussing the nature of betrayal.
Something you clearly have a mastery in, Chancellor. Chancellor Palpatine, by order of the Jedi Council, I hereby place you under arrest for betrayal of the Republic.
Stay back! All of you! You have no right to arrest the Chancellor!
Step aside, Skywalker. This isn't your fight.
You see, Anakin, it is just as I told you. They intend to destroy us. That is how Padmé is to be killed. With you destroyed, there is no one left to defend her. The future has taken root in the present. Soon, it will be so. You must stop them.
Don't listen to his lies, Anakin. He is the Sith Lord. He is using you.
Windu attempted to move me aside with the Force, but was surprised to see how powerful I had become. Despite his best efforts, I did not move. I had grown focused in my anger. I now knew what must be done. The way of the Jedi had to be ended. It would begin with the destruction of Windu and these others. The Windu was very powerful and nearly defeated me with his lightsaber. That is when Palpatine revealed himself to me, now and forevermore, as my master, Darth Sidious. He used the focus power of the dark side and sent Windu to his death in a hail of purple lightning, miles beneath the Chancellor's tower. His face had become disfigured by the power he unleashed. It was power no Jedi could withstand, and no lightsaber could defend. I had fallen to the ground by the force of the impact of Windu's demise.
Now, rise, my apprentice. Now that you know the true power of the dark side. Now that you know the truth and what must be done.
I could deny it no longer. The Jedi had become my enemy, and they all needed to be destroyed. In order to bring peace to the galaxy, every last vestige of them needed to be purged. I saw to it at once with the destruction of the Jedi Temple and all of its defenders.
Including all of those innocent younglings.
And with them all, yes, of course I destroyed the younglings. They were a future the Jedi must never have again. When we were sure there were no survivors, we detonated explosives upon the temple spire and brought the Jedi Temple to rest forever on the lifeless floor of Coruscant. It was then my master sent me to Mustafar to end the galactic civil war. Only then could I return to my beloved Padmé and find peace with her again.
Thanks so much for watching and listening, everyone. If you like having brand new full cast audio drama for free on YouTube, please be sure to like this video and comment below. It really does help a lot. Don't forget to subscribe, it's free, and ring the bell for notifications so you never miss an episode. If you'd like to help me promote my work, please consider a small donation on Patreon